Well, good evening, my fellow packmates, and welcome back to the Lewd Lycanthrope, your one-stop haunt for all the howls and headlines from the darkest corners of the world. I'm your host, Chuck Dewclaw, and tonight, well, let's just say things are about to get a little hairy, shall we? Tonight's story is about CNN. You know, the so-called watchdog of the news world. Well, they just lost a howling defamation lawsuit, and the wolves aren't the only ones licking their wounds. But will this be the final nail in the coffin for their credibility, or is this just another twist in the twisted tale of media mayhem? Stick around as we dig into the case, the consequences, and why the world of media is starting to look like a pack of wild wolves fighting over scraps. Grab your popcorn, or better yet, your silver bullet, because things are about to get interesting. Time to sink our claws into the truth, folks. So let's begin, shall we? So I guess the question we have to ask first is, where did this all start? So in January of this year, CNN faced a significant legal setback when a Florida jury found that the network was liable for defamation against U.S. Navy veteran Zachary Young. The case centered on a 2021 report concerning evacuation efforts in Afghanistan, which portrayed Young in a negative light. The story today delves into the details of the lawsuit, the trial proceedings, the subsequent settlement, and the broader implications for media organizations. And another great question to ask, starting us off anyway, is how much lies and misleading statements can the media make before it really starts to hurt their pocketbooks? Well, let's find out. Well, what's a good story without a little bit of background? And the background on this case is that Zachary Young was a decorated U.S. Navy veteran. He played a pivotal role in assisting individuals evacuating from Afghanistan during the tumultuous U.S. military withdrawal in 2021. In November of that year, CNN aired a segment on the Lead with Jake Tapper show that highlighted the challenges Afghans were facing during the evacuation. The report included references to individuals charging fees to facilitate evacuations and describing such activities as part of a quote-unquote black market. Although the report did not explicitly name Young, it featured his image and implied his involvement in the profiteering activities. Young contended that his portrayal was misleading and defamatory, asserting that he never engaged in any illicit or unethical conduct during his evacuation efforts. He claimed that CNN's depiction severely damaged his reputation, leading to personal distress and significant financial losses. Well, I would have to agree. I mean, in the digital age, if you get your face plastered on mainstream media and it's in a negative light, it's going to affect your job, it's going to affect your friends, it could even affect your family. So I would say the guy had a significant gripe with CNN on this one. And so far, in my opinion, CNN's definitely the one that made the mistake. Well, the next question we're going to ask today is, what happened afterwards? What's the aftermath of the settlement? So, following the jury's verdict, CNN and Mr. Young reached a settlement to avoid the imposition of punitive damages and the prospect of protracted appeals process. Terms of the settlement remain confidential, but legal experts speculate that the total compensation could be substantial, potentially exceeding the initial $5 million awarded by the jury. In response to the outcome, a CNN spokesperson reiterated the network's commitment to a brave and honest journalism and expressed respect for the legal process. This case has prompted discussions within the media circles about journalistic standards, the responsibility of news organizations, and the potential consequences of misreporting the news. Prompted discussions. Wow. Well, I hope those discussions were long and they involved a little bit of tears and people gripping their wallets and purses with vice grip-like strength, because I feel like this is not the only one coming down the line. There's going to be multiple examples of this coming in the near future. Just wait. So, what are some of the broader implications for media organizations going forward? Well, the verdict against CNN underscores the heightened scrutiny media organizations face regarding their reporting practices. This case is just a part of the broader trend where individuals and entities are increasingly holding news outlets accountable for defamatory content. Notably, other major media organizations have faced similar legal challenges in the recent years, leading to significant financial settlements. These developments highlight the delicate balance media outlets must maintain between the investigative reporting and ensuring accuracy to avoid defamation claims. Well, that's true. I agree with that. But I also think that there's a lot of shady shit going on behind closed doors. Especially when politics are involved. If you have a left or a right-leaning organization, they're going to do everything in their power to defame the opposite side. And CNN has never been one to hide their cards about the fact that they're a very left and woke-leaning organization. This was probably something political, some kind of jab against the right starting out that turned into a legal nightmare for CNN. I hope that they learned a lesson with this, but I have a feeling that probably is not the case. The bottom line today, folks, this lawsuit involving CNN and Zachary Young just serves as a cautionary tale for media organizations. It's about the importance of accurate and fair reporting. It'll emphasize the potential legal and financial repercussions of misrepresenting individuals in news stories. As this media landscape continues to evolve, the case reinforces the necessity for not only journalistic integrity and adherence to ethical standards, but to maintain public trust and avoid similar legal challenges like this in the future. What's that old adage, folks? Learn from your mistakes? Well, I guess only time will tell if CNN truly will learn from this mistake. Well, folks, it looks like the fur's been flying in the courtroom lately. CNN just got its claws clipped in the defamation lawsuit, and let's just say, this ain't your average case. It's a reminder that even the biggest wolves in the media jungle can find themselves with their tails between their legs when the facts don't quite line up. So what do you think? Did CNN deserve to get their muzzle slapped? Or are they just a victim of the overall media witch hunt? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about this whole howling mess. But before we vanish into the shadows, remember, if you're enjoying the madness we bring from the deep woods, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss the next bite of Lewd Lycanthrope news. You never know what's lurking around the corner. Until next time, stay wild, stay skeptical, and don't let the media sink its fangs in too deep. This is Chuck Dewclaw, signing off from the heart of the forest. Stay tuned, my fellow Nightwalkers, for more Lewd Lycanthrope madness.